Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for January 15th. In 1836, early in the morning after arriving the night before, General Sam Houston made an appeal to the Matamoros expedition volunteers at Goliad, pleading with them to refrain from joining the futile enterprise orchestrated by Francis Johnson and James Grant. As a result, a considerable number of men quit the Matamoros expedition. While in Goliad, a message was received from a Lieutenant Colonel James C. Neal at the Alamo, reporting that Mexican troops had crossed the Rio Grande. So Houston authorized Colonel James Bowie to take 30 volunteers to San Antonio. Houston also wrote an order for Neal to remove all cannons from the Alamo and destroy all fortifications before leaving, emphasizing, quote, "We must annihilate the invader in the field," end quote. But he added parenthetically that Neal knew the situation better than anyone and should use his best judgment. This day, Houston left for Refugio along with approximately 200 volunteers who were still bent on being part of the Matamoros expedition. In 1874, Texas began a 4-day period with 2 governors. Richard Koch was inaugurated as the 15th governor on January 15th, but incumbent Edmund J. Davis claimed his term under the Texas Constitution lasted until April 28th. Davis occupied the lower Capitol rooms with the support of state troops, but the House and Senate were not under his control. Davis appealed to President Ulysses S. Grant, but he refused to send troops to maintain Davis in office, and Davis finally conceded on January 19th. There you go, already by 1874. Asking for help from mommy up in Mordor, D.C. That's what happens. You cannot appeal to Mordor for support or anything, because the deal is one made in hell that you can never get out of. We're seeing that now. In 1905, Nettie Lee Benson was born in Arcadia, Texas. She obtained all her degrees from UT Austin and became an internationally recognized expert in Latin American history. In 1942, Benson began her association with the library at UT Austin. Its Latin American collection, which bears her name, is one of the most extensive Latin American libraries in the world. Benson died in 1993. In 1939, the Texas Memorial Museum on the campus of UT Austin officially opened. Museum exhibitions include anthropology, botany, geology, zoology, and natural history. In 1944, John A. Brooks, one of the, quote, 4 great captains, quote, end quote, of the Texas Rangers, died in Falfurrias. He moved to Texas from Kentucky in about 1876 and joined the Rangers in 1883, working from East Texas to the Rio Grande. Brooks was twice a state legislator, and Brooks County is named for him. And finally, in 1978, the Dallas Cowboys won Super Bowl XII, which was their second, by defeating the Denver Broncos 27-10 in the Louisiana Superdome. Co-MVPs for the game were Randy White and Harvey Martin. And that, my friend, was your Texas History Roundup for January 15th. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you back here on the next one. You take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.